Turns out denial, deceit, and delusion is not just an American thing.
Jane, he was targeted simply for doing his job. He was trying to break up a fight out the front of the Hillsong Church here at about 10:30 last night. That started after a group of men who had been at the church came outside and encountered another group of men out here. Some sort of verbal argument broke out between those two groups, but one of the men in the second group became so angry that he became violent. And that's when that security guard stepped in. Now, as he did so, he was suddenly punched in the back of the head. He fell to the ground and knocked his head on the pavement. He was knocked unconscious for a short period of time. When he was taken to hospital, it was later revealed he had suffered some bleeding to the brain. Thankfully, today he is in a stable condition. Police say his attacker fled the scene, but they're wanting to speak to him over 3 assaults. Not only the attack on the security guard, but they say 2 other men were assaulted during that incident, 2 of the churchgoers. They say thankfully they suffered only minor injuries.
A welcoming place for worship suddenly surrounded by police and paramedics. Hillsong City Campus security guard Ashul Nada is stretchered into an ambulance, knocked unconscious to the ground from an alleged coward punch.
He's actually a really great guy and has served as a part of the security team here for many years. Thoughts are really with him.
The 33-year-old was trying to protect a group of young worshippers when police say he was punched in the back of the head while intervening in a street brawl.
There was one person in the car who had recognised at least one person that was walking home or walking to the station, and what ensued was some kind of scuffle.
Youth leader Caleb Matenga told 7 News he was waiting for 3 teenagers to be picked up when they were allegedly attacked by a group of random men. The 21-year-old and an 18-year-old were both hit in the face.
Kind of shocked because usually nothing like this happens.
Hundreds of people were congregated at the campus for its weekly youth service. Hillsong pastor Krishan Jayaratnam believes it wasn't a religious attack and security will be reviewed. The neighbours say the music event attracts rowdy crowds, with fights often spilling onto the street.
Every young person.
Wow, these reporters were so mixed up about so many parts of this story, but let's just break it down from the beginning. A large group of black people came along and attacked a bunch of church-going high school and college kids as they got out of a church service. That's what happened. There was no fight, there was no scuffle, there was no disagreement, there was no brawl. The kids inside the church had nothing to do with anything, and they weren't just a group of random men. Don't know why it's so hard to say that in Australia. A lot of people that sent me this video from Australia knew exactly what was happening. And they know exactly why. That even in Australia, they're very careful about making the black kids angry.